in about 3000 BC. February the 23rd, 3023 BC, the Kali Yuga began, and it's got to last yet for 5,000 years. And then everything will fall apart. The universe will disappear out of sheer failure. So that now, nobody can be virtuous. Because everybody who tries to be virtuous in this epoch of the world is merely showing off. It's not really pure. It's just pretending you're virtuous. It's a big act. In other words, so you give money to charity, not because you really love the people you're giving money to, but because you are under a sense of guilt and you feel you ought to. And therefore, because of that inescapable bad motivation, nobody can possibly liberate themselves from the chains of karma. The more you try to get out of your karma, that is to say your conditioning, your bondage to your past, the more you simply get yourself involved in it. And therefore, all human beings living in the end time of the Kali Yuga, or what the Japanese call Mappo, are just hopeless, hopelessly selfish. So in this predicament, you cannot rely on jiriki, that means your own power, to get out, to get liberated from self. You have to rely on tariki, which is the power of something else altogether than you, something quite different. So in the Jodo Shinshu sect, the tariki, the other power, is represented in the form of Amitabha, or Japanese say Amida, this great beneficent Buddha figure who everybody loves. And he's so strangely different from any kind of authoritarian God figure that we have in the West. Amida doesn't bombinate. He sits there serenely, quiet. He doesn't preach. And all you have to do is to say his name in the formula Namu Amida Butsu, which means Namu, name, Amida Butsu, of Amida Buddha. Namu Amida Butsu. And all you have to do is to say that formula, and after death you will be reborn in a special paradise called Sukhavati, which is Jodo, the Pure Land, where becoming enlightened is a cinch. It has none of the difficulties surrounding it that we have in our ordinary life today. Everybody born in the Pure Land is born in the inside of a lotus. There's a huge lotus pond in front of where Amida sits with all his attendants. And the lotuses come up and they go pop, as the bud breaks. And every time it goes pop like this, there's a new little being in there who is somebody who said the formula Namu Amida Butsu. And those were human beings who are now sitting on lotuses like Buddhas. And you should see, you go to Koyasan, and they have a great painting there in their museum of what it's like to arrive there. They have a huge panorama of Amitabha and all his attendants, and especially the Apsaras. The Apsaras are the heavenly girls, which you would call, in Islamic religion, the Huri, from which we get the word whore. But the Apsaras are very beautiful girls playing lutes. And they have one of them that is put on the front page of the guide to the museum because she's so beautiful. Matter of fact, the admission ticket is a colored reproduction of this Apsara to the Koyasan Museum. And and she is a girl playing a lute, a biwa, kind of a mandolin-shaped instrument. And she looks at you with lovely, longing eyes. And so, this is welcome to Amida's paradise, where you will all sit on lotuses and be Buddhas without any difficulty. But the point is, all you have to do to get there is to say Namo Amida Butts. You don't even have to believe that it works. Now that is the religion of most Japanese Buddhists, believe it or not. In other words, if you really get this and feel that that's really going to happen to you, you'll be grateful and you'll try to help other people and be a bodhisattva and so on, and you know, be generally helpful around the scene. But the whole idea is that you cannot do it by your own effort. And if the moment you think you can do it by your own effort, you're a phony. You have instead to go completely with the other to disown your own power and capability of being virtuous, unselfish, etc. So then, this kind of religion develops a peculiar kind of saint. And they call these people Myo Konin. Myo means wonderful. Ko means fine. In means man or person. There can be a woman, Myo Konin. Is not sexually restricted to men. So a Myo Konin is a very special kind of character. There are stories told about Myo Konin. There is one, for example, a traveling man who comes to a temple during the course of the night and walks in, and he takes the sacred cushions on which the priests sit and arranges them right in front of the altar, and goes to sleep. In the morning, the priest comes in and says, "What's going on here?" And the Myo Konin looks at him and says, "Oh, you must be a stranger. You don't belong to the family."